We are at the Burtons. We focused mainly on the front area, deadheading the lavender, checking out which had died, deadheading the roses, clearing out the pond of the floating moss or whatever that was, trimming the boxwoods so they're a little more uniform. We made sure that the planters, I took out all the dead leaves. He just wanted to make us take note that of all the lavender that had died, that were struggling in there. But this is the area that he wanted more boxwoods put in. It kind of flows from that area to here. He was thinking 4 or 5. And it kind of depends on the lines, but there's enough to give it room. He just wants a nice clean look to this front area. I guess like the electrical or whatever guys did kind of a botched job. I don't know, but he's got a camera right there. He wants it lower than the camera and just able to keep at that kind of height, and then let the roses grow into that space as well. And then we just weeded out the beds. There's a ton of grass in there, but made them all nice and spiffy. I think next time we can get at those roses, because almost all of them have died off, but trimmed up the spirea. And this area over here is where all the Daphne died. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he wants them to be replaced with something that's a little more hardy. And then on the other side of the gate, there's just like 2 Daphne that are struggling as well that he wants replaced. He wanted us also to trim the top of the spiral boxwood that we had put in, and so we trimmed it, and now we're training it to twist a little bit more, but it's shorter. It's not as short as the others, but we'll have to look into that next time. But we did trim it down, and trimmed all the rest of them so that they're nice and clean, and cleaned out the debris and deadheaded the wisteria. Got trimmed back, and everything looks pretty neat. And then there was some, the ground over here was really rocky, and so I added some of the topsoil that was from the pile in the back, and then we weeded out and raked out and deadheaded the lavender. But you can tell they're just that, like the grass I'm squishing, it's like super wet. It's good for the garden, but I'm not so sure it's helpful for the lavender, but I don't know. Riley trimmed and deadheaded the roses so they look good, and then we kind of just trimmed everything back, and that's what we worked on. We didn't go in the back. We can focus on that next time. But and then they just weeded the pathway in the garden as well.